Welcome back to Cold Takes.
Oh,
I'm your host, Smeekwell.
And I'm
my two,
Zach, your other host.
yes, and our guest, I guess if you want to call it that, is Bobathan.
I'm so fucking confused on what's happening right now. Thank you for having me, I guess.
You were gone for so long, you got fired, but we still
part,
needed you for this episode.
On part of my podcast, I'm glad I'm being welcomed back. Apparently, I'm now learning I've been fired.
Okay, Bobathan, for our first question, what brand of underwear do you use?
Joe Boxer.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Second question. What type of toothpaste do you use?
Colgate.
I'm a Crest guy.
I think I got Colgate.
I mean, I just use whatever's in the house. Okay, my question is, are we actually recording right now?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We've been recording.
Oh my god.
Since I did the countdown.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm going to welcome you to the Cold Take podcast now.
Even though we've already been welcomed.
I hope you liked our...
Who uses 2 intros?
This guy.
Crazy.
I hate it
stuff
here.
Different here.
I said this when we were working out today. I hate it when we're working out, and I hate it here. You never know what the fuck's going on anymore. Okay, so apparently we have started. How are you guys?
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah.
I hate it here. Okay, let's talk about sports because they're a little out of it right now. What's going on in the NBA? I need to look this up because my hosts seem to be out of it.
Well, we didn't have our last week's podcast.
Yes, let's talk about that first. So we recorded last week's podcast, and it wasn't until Wednesday night that Smeekwell told me he uploaded it onto the Google Drive. Thursday and Friday, I had to do a bunch of school stuff. And then we get here this morning, and I'm like, maybe we'll just talk about it on the show this week. And then I go to Smeekwell's to work out, and they're just like, yeah, we won't upload it.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, you just weren't there.
No, I also just,
yeah.
I didn't even know you didn't post it, to be honest. I haven't checked.
I want to discuss some NBA news now, though. Anthony Davis to be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
he's out my fantasy team.
He's out for another 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know if the Raptors also play tomorrow or not. But I
believe they do play tomorrow again.
Yeah, Van Vliet, Siakam, Anunoby all out again. Because it says they're out for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry now passes Chris Bosh for second on franchise all-time scoring list. I'm gonna guess number
he
one
also
is.
Said he's gonna retire as a Raptor.
So you don't. Yeah, he said the trade rumors were fake.
Well, he said he never asked for a trade because people were saying that he did. But he said whether it's a one-day contract or something at the end of his career, he will retire a Raptor.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted to hear.
Do you guys know who's the head of Lowry?
In points?
Yeah, on the franchise points.
I don't know, DeRozan.
Yeah, I would have said I would have said VC, but it's
Yeah, he didn't play long in Toronto though.
I did not know that.
I think it was 2 contracts.
Yeah.
Lowry is now at 10,278 points and ongoing as the game is still going on. But he is just under over 3,000 points behind DeRozan. How many points do you think Kyle Lowry averages a season?
I don't know, 14.
14. Sorry, I mean total points a season.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, you have to do some math for that one. Wait, how far is he behind again?
About 3,000.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm just trying to figure out
mean,
if you guys think he'll pass him or
this year he's averaging 20.
Yeah.
But it'll start to slow down if he stays here until the whole time till he retires. It'll probably go down like a few points per year.
Yeah,
assume.
I don't know. Yeah, he might pass him. Depends how long he plays here. 3,000 points is a lot of points. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
recording right now.
Okay. And yeah, like Zach said, 3,000 points is a lot of points.
Okay.
But I mean, the Raps. Depending on how long Lowry stays with the Raps, it's entirely possible that he could pass him.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah. Nothing's impossible.
I don't know how many points do like good players get in a season. I just don't know. I know points per game and averages. I just don't know total.
Kevin Durant.
No idea.
Let's look at Kevin Durant's basketball.
Embiid's hurt, by the way. 2
Yeah, I was
weeks.
just about to bring that up.
Another big hit to my fantasy team.
It doesn't tell you how many points in a single season these players get.
Unless we go on 2K.
Really count it.
Wait, 2K tells you?
I got open. Yeah, they tell you like every stat. You go to like the normal. I think the normal roster.
I also have
Embiid.
2K. No, you're looking. Okay. Yeah,
Embiid gets over that. Oh my. Okay, I'll go to Lowry, I guess. That's who we're talking about.
There was a trade yesterday. The Detroit Pistons traded for Diallo from OKC in exchange for
Mikhailuk.
That and a 20. I don't know what it is with the goddamn NBA. Why are they trading a 2027 second round pick this early in 2021?
They probably don't have very many of their own picks.
It's the only sport in which I see teams trading that far away.
Well, OKC's just trying to rack up their picks.
Yeah, OKC will take any picks they can get right now. They've got a million.
Yeah, that's fair.
But going back to Lowry,
yeah,
last year he had 1,126 points.
Yeah.
The year before he had 926.
Okay.
But he's been consistently getting over 1,000 points throughout.
His career as how many Raptor. How many seasons do you think he has left?
Is he 34? Yeah, maybe 3 years. So it would be close.
It'll be close, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends how long he plays. He's still going good at 30.
I saw Van Fleet say that he takes really good care of his body, so he could be.
He seems like a guy kind of like Chris Paul that can like his play style is good.
Yeah.
He's
he does take a lot of charges.
I guess that'd be the only thing.
It's interesting because I'm looking on. I have Sportsnet open, and I'm looking at it, and the question is, and this will segue into basketball, but the question here is, will Tom Brady ever retire? Is there anyone in the NBA who is Tom Brady's age roughly, and still performing at the same level?
No, there was Vince Carter, but he was not nearly as good.
Yeah. Do you think if there's going to be a long-term player that plays that long, it's going to be LeBron?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but also it's like basketball is way more demanding on your athleticism than
100% agree.
Quarterback is. Like Brady, you can throw a ball forever.
That's not true. Look at Drew Brees, but
but it's not like Tom Brady's great at throwing now and either. Like you put an offensive line, it's his decision making is what.
Yeah, exactly. So. How old is LeBron?
LeBron's like 36.
36
That's another 7 more years for him to play.
He's not going to play that long.
No.
He's going to retire at like 40, 41, whenever he passes Kareem, and then he's going to buy a team.
Like, who do you think he buys?
Whoever he can. Whoever's willing to sell.
Think he can buy the Cavs?
A lot of people think that Dan Gilbert promised to sell him the team.
Cavs?
Yeah, to get him to come back, but
Jesus.
that would be illegal, like according to the CBA. So
it would never. If it never comes out, it's not illegal.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can go that long, and y'all got anything basketball wise? Has anything big happened?
I got something basketball related. So the top 10 highest selling jerseys this season so far have been released for the NBA.
Okay.
I want you guys to guess. I guess like the top 3, and then I'll go over all of them.
I already know 2 of them.
Well, LeBron, Luka, and I'll say Steph. Those are my 3 guesses.
I'm gonna go LeBron, Luka, and Embiid.
It's LeBron, Luka, and Durant, and then Steph's number 4. Then it's Giannis, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, James Harden, and Zion Williamson at number 10.
No Embiid.
No Embiid.
I didn't think Durant would be in there just because he plays for Brooklyn, not the Knicks. If he was on the Knicks, he'd probably be number 1. But
and I mean, the thing is, Durant gets so much hate too. But
cupcake.
I feel like he doesn't get it as much anymore. Like he used to.
No, it's gotten better.
I feel like if he re-signed with Golden State, he'd still get it.
But even towards the end of his run with Golden State, he really didn't get that much. That as much. It was more for like the burner account thing that he did, if anything. Mm-hmm. But like he wasn't getting cupcake anymore. It was Snake. But then at the end of Golden State, no one really cared anymore. They kind of just accepted it.
So for the first time ever, I actually have a bunch of basketball topics, and by a bunch, I mean 3. So I'm going to start with the overtime basketball program. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
So the overtime basketball tournament program is a new alternative choice for kids out of high school to go into.
Like the JBA?
Kind of.
Or JBL, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
the
league.
Yeah.
So there will only be 4 to 6 teams. You'll get scouted to go into it. Every player in the league will make $100,000 plus they can get whatever endorsements they want. They will be fully taught by professional teachers. And if you do not make it to the NBA and you play in this league, they will pay $100,000 for you to go to school, to any school you can get into. So this is an alternative for college basketball, and it's an alternative for going right to the G League.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope something like this or something like this works out, because I mean the system now.
I think if you're not going to college, your first choice should be the G League, because you're probably going to be your second best chance of getting scouted, and the only problem is you're playing against grown ass men who are a lot better than you.
And that's where I think that this offers a great opportunity to students, because they still get to learn, and they get to learn in a way where, unlike in college, you have to go to class, you have to pick a major that you might not be interested in. This is supposed to be opportunities for students to learn in whatever field they want. It's not as heavily required as college, and you don't even have to do the school portion if you don't want. You'll just receive the $100,000 afterwards to go to school if you don't make the NBA. And I think this is a huge alternative, because if you go to college basketball, you go to one of the 5 or 6 major schools, you're going to get scouted for sure.
No, that's not true. There's a lot of schools. There's people getting drafted from like.
Well, no. I'm saying your best chance is going to one of those major schools.
Yeah.
But any school that's going to make March Madness you're going to get drafted, scouted at. And
you're getting to go to any Division I school you go to.
Yeah, so isn't all of March Madness D1?
Yeah, but
you still have to make
March Madness.
Yeah.
It's like
so I'm still saying
goes into March Madness.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't think there was that many D1 schools though. So
no,
yeah.
But I think this is gonna put a lot of pressure on the NCAA to start allowing players to get paid. I know they're allowed to get paid for their likeness now and everything, but this is gonna start. I think this is gonna start a wave of players being able to get endorsed and everything through college.
There's always been alternatives to college. Like you could always go to Europe.
Yeah, but again,
and the scouting in Europe is probably going to be better than this overtime league. Like the scouting in Europe is pretty good. It's not bad. Like
this is
the last like 5 stars to come out of the draft have been from Europe. Like
so, this is one point I forgot to mention at the start. This is being completely funded by current NBA players.
So that's big.
That's huge.
That's a big
NBA players are.
Yeah, I forgot.
Get scouts there.
Yes, so I feel as though I think this is going to be. You're going to see if the first season of this is successful, and they can branch out, and make it even bigger than 4 to 6 teams. I feel like you're going to see a lot of recruits go here.
The only way it's going to be successful is if they get top potential like 5-star recruits to opt out of college and go there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise it's just going to be the same thing as the JBA and the 5 other leagues that have tried to do this in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to have a hard time convincing 5-star recruits to turn down scholarships or G League money or going out west to hop into this random brand new league.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
I mean, a big thing will be convincing their parents too.
Exactly, yeah.
Apparently, David Stern was a supporter of it.
David Stern's dead, but
yeah, beforehand when the idea was pitched to him.
Okay.
It's already.
I wonder who the NBA players backing it are. Like,
I'm pulling up the list. Okay. I listened to it. I learned all about this on Pat McAfee's show. He mentioned them. I just can't remember their name. Carmelo Anthony's one of them for sure. Snapchat, Google, and Facebook are already invested in it to show the games.
Imagine watching a freaking basketball game on Snapchat. You like scroll to their little explore page.
Yeah, that'll be interesting with
you have to watch those ads in between too, and you just have to tap to skip it.
Right?
It'd be interesting in general though if it was just all streaming instead of broadcasted on TV.
Melo and Jay Williams.
Okay.
Jason Williams?
It's just
Williams or Jay Williams?
Jay Williams.
Jay Williams is the guy from he's on like all First Take and stuff like that.
He's on the Bulls.
No, he was
on the Bulls. I didn't notice the former.
He was the former, I think, first overall pick or second overall pick or something like that. And he had like
I'm pretty sure LaMelo's interested in it too. I don't know.
LaMelo?
LaMelo, yeah.
LaMelo did play in the JBA, so I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's an interesting concept. And honestly, I hope it puts pressure on college basketball to start paying their athletes.
Yeah. It's just the exposure you get playing in college is like unparalleled.
Exposure isn't worth anything.
It's worth a lot when
it's worth a lot.
Exposure single-handedly got Lonzo Ball the second overall pick.
Yeah. No. But I hope it goes through. Another one I want to talk about is March Madness going to suck this year? I know you guys probably haven't been watching anything because college ball isn't really big here unless there's huge recruits. But so far, Duke, Kansas, Virginia, all out of the tournament. They will not be competing. Do you think that it's going to suck without these powerhouse name teams in there? And do you think that March Madness could possibly get canceled right now because more and more players are contracting COVID?
I don't think it would suck if they did it because you're still gonna have. It's the excitement of the games, and like the betting aspect of it.
Well, yeah,
as opposed to like Duke and the big names being there.
Yeah,
that bring its excitement and attention. I think it could get canceled. They might.
Yeah, I could see it getting canceled.
They might do it if all the big teams drop out, and then they're like, okay, well,
so
they bring a lot of money to this. So
it's happening in Indianapolis this year, and they have some very strict COVID rules. I believe it's 14-day isolation, like here in Canada, and that's ruling out so many players because you got to follow the city's rules. And so, the rules to get back in too is you need to go 7 straight days of testing negative for COVID. So if you test positive on the first day, it resets you. Then you go again. And if you test positive during those 7 days and you were near anyone on your team, maybe they test negative 7 times in a row, but you were quarantining with them, and then they go out and you test positive, then everyone has to sit again because of the contact tracing. So I think there's so many you needed to create a bubble, I believe, like they did with the NBA and the NHL last year. I think a bubble, but like 2 weeks before this tournament is how they should have done it, but it looks as though they will not be doing it.
They're probably going to do like hurry up games where they're just going to play a bunch of games on the same floor and like the same day. Which is what they kind of do already with March Madness. Like they'll have like
3 or 4 courts and have
and like they'll have like 2 or 3 locations and just have like 6 games on that court that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If they can have it, that'd be cool. They might just have to have a lot less teams or just a lot lesser known teams.
Yeah.
Get some D2 teams in there.
Right?
No, I don't know. All right, you got it. What's your other NBA topic?
It wasn't. I realized it wasn't really basketball, but it's sports in general. I had my overtime one, like that overtime league, spaced out, so I thought it was 2, but I messed up. But should any sports commentator remain unbiased while commentating? No.
No, the city commentators are the best part of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like it too. I like it too, but a lot of people, and I'll use my favorite team's commentator, hate Jack Edwards for the Bruins. He's one of the Bruins commentators. People hate him, and I always see, the Bruins play, he's always trending in hockey because people hate how biased he is. And we were talking about it in our fantasy chat today, and they're like, yeah, sports commentators shouldn't be biased. And I'm like, if you're commentating on, like, say, NESN, which is New England Sports Network, you should be able to be biased for the city you're commentating for.
That you were hired for. Or, and, like, half of them are, like, a lot of them are ex-players, too.
Edwards played for the Bruins.
Yeah, you don't think Reggie Miller is going to be biased towards the Pacers? You don't think, like Chris Webber is going to be biased towards Michigan if he does that? Like,
yeah.
It makes no sense.
No, I say a lot of the time though, commentators ruin the whole game.
Zach is a big fan of saying hockey commentators ruin hockey.
I was watching a Grizzlies game yesterday, and the commentators just didn't bring excitement. It was so boring.
Yeah,
it made watching it even worse.
Dude, yeah, the hockey commentators, they don't have no excitement in their voice half the time. It's just them like saying what's happening. And he passes it to this guy. And then he passes to this guy. He shoots. Nice
That's
save.
why I like watching the Raps.
Up in the corner.
The Raptors are lit.
Yeah,
they're having a good time out there.
I can't stand him, the Raptors commentator.
Oh,
Matt Devlin?
I love it.
Matt Devlin, yeah.
Oh, gee, oh my. The worst sports call I've ever heard.
That's so good. That's great.
I hated every second of it. OG, oh my!
I love how he's just got like the list of Canadian cities for every time.
I like. I like that. But OG, oh my was the worst sports call I've heard in the history of sports. I hate it.
OG, oh my! No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I love it.
You also have to remember that a lot of the commentators are contracted by the teams too, so they have relationships with those players.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously they're going to know a lot more about the team and those players, and they're going to talk more about them and be biased towards them. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. It just blew my mind that people actually think that these sports commentators who are paid to work for the team, usually commentating on local networks, sometimes they get the national attention if their game's a national game. But why wouldn't they be biased?
Yeah.
It's just a bizarre concept that people and like I see it on Twitter all the time because it's always trending because he is super biased. He's a little intense actually, but still, like, it's his job. He's doing what he's supposed to. Chill. Let my man commentate. No, so I don't know if you guys have any NBA topics or
I got a few just about like trades and stuff. All right. So starting off, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs are parting ways. And one of the biggest contenders right now are the Heat to pick him up. And then the Mavericks have made Porzingis available in trade discussions. Ooh. And the Lakers are looking to trade Marc Gasol. They're not happy with how he's turned out on the Lakers this year.
Yeah, I mean, so for the Marc Gasol one at least, if you want Marc Gasol on your team, you can't expect him to run the floor and go catch lobs and shit. He's more so you're gonna throw him in when you're in a slow game and a defensive minded game. He's a decent rim protector. He can kind of hit threes, like he's kind of slowed down, but
he's definitely not the player he used to be.
I mean, I don't know what they were expecting him to be when they picked him up. If they were expecting him to play like JaVale McGee or something like that, but I don't know. Porzingis is huge. I wonder who they could get from. I mean, the dude is always injured.
Exactly.
I know you guys are huge on the Raps getting a big man. Is any possibility he goes to the Raps?
They'd have to trade too much probably to get Porzingis. It wouldn't be worth it. Like, he's also always hurt. Like,
I 100% agree.
He's also like not the kind of big man they need. Like, he's not really a rim protector or like a defender. He's more like an offensively talented.
Yeah.
Tanner, how does that make you feel? You're a Mavs fan.
I mean, Luka's still there, so if they can sell off Porzingis and get something good. I mean, he is a good player, but he's just always injured. And what did the Knicks get for him when they traded him?
Oh, not much.
Pretty much nothing.
He was leaving though. Like, he wanted out of New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At that point, you have no leverage.
Yeah, I just don't know what you get for Porzingis where it's going to equal his upside, because he's always injured and stuff like that. Where, like, you're not getting Cat or something like that. You're not getting you might have to you might have to settle for like Michael Porter Jr. and some picks or something like that, which is like not really going to help.
Michael Porter Jr. is goated.
He is good, but like
I think he's going to be really
good. He's also always hurt too, isn't
he? Yeah, he is. He missed his whole first season.
Yeah.
And I feel like he misses quite a few games now, like this season too.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then I don't think the Nuggets would want him because they already have Jokic. But
exactly.
Like a that kind of player.
Yeah.
What you're probably looking at with the. Like, I don't know who. Like, a lot of people would want him. It's just like I don't know what you get for him to the teams that would want him.
Yeah, that's fair.
What was the other trade you said?
What was the other trade?
Marcus Aldridge.
Aldridge. Oh yeah, he's parting ways with the Spurs.
Yeah, he's a little older now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Miami, he'd probably be good for if he can play like in the mid range, like he have some semblance of how he used to play for Miami. That would be good for drawing attention and kicking out.
Have you seen those charts of where players used to shoot, like pre 2010 versus now?
No, but I'm sure it's insane.
There's just nothing in the mid range.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the 3-point line and in the paint. Because I mean, statistically, the mid range is just the worst shot to take in basketball.
Yeah, I mean, but players like Melo and LaMarcus Aldridge used to dominate the mid range, and that's what made them such good scorers. But now, because of D'Antoni and the Suns and the Warriors, it's all like efficiency. 3-pointers are at the rim.
Yeah, because now you just got to learn to shoot a little further away at not as high of a percentage. And
yeah, exactly. I mean, it can still be effective if you can shoot the mid range just as a threat, like for someone like KD or something like that, because then it's like they have the throw where they could pull up for 2. It makes getting to the rim easier.
You just got to be really consistent with it, otherwise it's
like Kawhi still shoots mid range shots.
Yeah. That's everything for
there's not too much going on in the NBA right now. Right after All-Star break, I feel like it's like I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in hockey really either. Like, you're seeing a lot of players come out with breakout seasons because of how much players are having to play. Like, I don't know if the NBA's been like this, but players are getting more time to shine, so they're getting their trade values going up because they're playing really well. Like, the NHL has players who have been in the league for a year or two now who are maybe a third line player who are now on the first line and getting a ton of points. One example of this, and that Zach can talk about it, is Zach Hyman on the Leafs.
Why would I be able to talk about that? I don't know anything about that dude.
No, you just know who he is.
Oh, okay. You said Zach could talk about this. I have no idea anything about him.
Roy probably.
I just know his name.
Roy couldn't have told me who he played for, let alone. No. Hyman's been having a breakout season, and the Leafs are looking. The Leafs just cleared a ton of cap space, and it's interesting because Taylor Hall's on the block from Edmonton, so he could get traded for Taylor Hall. It'd be crazy because you say that 5 years ago that Zach Hyman's going to get traded for Taylor Hall, the first overall pick.
And a future and a past MVP. 2 years ago?
2 or 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not. It's also huge because you have these players having great seasons, and next season the Kraken come in Seattle, and they get to take one player from every team. And the Leafs are such a stacked team. Is this going to give you incentive to protect Hyman and maybe lose out on one of your better players? Because you're not going to protect Hyman over, say, Marner, Matthews, or Tavares, but protecting Hyman potentially over a Nylander?
Probably not. I'd probably still rather keep Nylander.
I mean, I would too, but if Hyman keeps playing this way, he's one of the best Leafs right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said, like, the NHL is probably one of the deepest leagues in the world in terms of, like, because of the way hockey is, if you get a lot of ice time, it's not unlikely you're going to put up a good amount of points, especially if you're playing with pretty talented players like the Leafs are. Like, you look at when the Vegas Knights, Golden Knights, whatever their name is, came into the league. They went to the Stanley Cup Finals, Yeah, and they had guys that were on third, fourth lines from other teams, like that Karlsson guy put up like a 35-goal season. It's like
he had almost 100 points. William Karlsson, great player, but no one knew who he was until he went to Vegas. 100%.
Yeah, because he didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and I even look at Vegas. Like Vegas, they had that incredible season. They drafted Nick Suzuki 13th overall in the first round. And he didn't fit into their team. They traded Suzuki to Montreal, and now he's thriving because, like Zach said, if you get ice time, you're in the NHL for a reason. You can score. You can play the game of hockey. You're in the
Some
NHL.
Players can't. Some players can't. But there's a lot of third line players in NHL that are potential first, second line players.
Well, my whole thing is, you're right. Some players can't, and some players, it's not as common today. And I love when I hear, like, and we'll joke about it all the time, that the NBA played with plumbers back in Jordan's era. But if you want to get real, it's more likely the NHL played with plumbers back in their day, because they used to just bring in anyone who could go in and defend Gretzky. Gretzky had no one on his team but a bunch of guys who, if Gretzky ever got touched, they're beating the shit out of the guy that hit Gretzky and eating the 5-minute penalty. So
he played with some pretty good players.
Not really, but I mean, it's
what's that guy's name that he played with on? I forget his name.
Couldn't tell you.
Can you tell me who Gretzky played for?
Marc Messier, Yari Curry, Paul Coffey.
Yeah, they played together for like a year each time. He only spent a year in New York. He played with a bunch of good players, but it was only for very little stints. So
he got traded, which means he's trash.
Yeah, imagine that would be like them trading, like someone trading LeBron in his prime. That would be. It's nuts to even think about the fact that Edmonton traded him. But
if you demand a trade in the NBA, you're probably getting traded these days. Like if LeBron just demanded a trade, he'd probably get traded.
By the way, the Nets are currently losing to the Pistons with 2 minutes left. Crazy. They're only down by 1. But this
anyone can beat anyone.
I hope it goes to OT so I hit my over.
True.
If it goes to OT, I'm set.
Raptors are still getting dummy.
The Raptors are losing by 27.
Oh, Lord. Yikes. Hawks are killing the Kings.
Oh, let's go. That means Tanner's probably going to lose this week.
Damn.
And then the Trailblazers are up.
Yeah.
The Wizards are still in it.
Are they? What's the score there?
109, 104.
Ooh.
You know what? I think, you know why Tanner wins by so much when he wins? It's because he makes stupid picks.
Yeah, for sure. I think the wildest pick.
When they pay off, he's got
it's
like
good.
10
They just hardly pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's enough hockey talk because I know most people here don't give a damn about hockey.
Audience retention went way down.
Right. Chelsea win this week. They played once, right?
They played twice this week. They won their first game, and they played this morning, and they tied 0-0. I actually woke up at 7 to watch it. It was the most boring game ever, too. There was like 3 chances.
I don't see.
I was like, oh my God.
Here's the thing. Even with hockey, I'm trying to think. Hockey, I think just with how much contact there is in hockey, I enjoy it if it goes 0-0 all the way through. Like, if you're watching a playoff hockey game and it goes 0-0 to like the third overtime, it's gonna have been a good game.
There can be like soccer, football games that are 0-0 and they were incredible games. It's just this game just happened to have chances, like 0 chances, or like they when they did get chances, they fucking blew it. Like they weren't like good chances. So
that's what I was gonna ask. Is it more often with soccer that that games that go that long aren't as good?
No, I would say they're usually better, even if they go 0-0. Okay. Yeah, like there's usually like a good amount of chances. Just this game was boring. I mean, the thing about soccer is definitely a lot more tactical than hockey is. Like it's all about what formation you pick.
Oh, for sure.
How you run in, everything, right? But
and
that's where I think people get bored.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a thinker's game, which is pretty.
I think it's crazy with hockey because like. If you watch a lot of hockey, and like I know you don't watch much anymore, but you watched a bunch growing up and you played, plays in hockey aren't really a thing. Like they are,
They are, yeah.
But they're not. Like, it's usually break into the offensive zone, and then you set up in usually the same formation of 2D up top, the wingers, and then someone playing down the middle. Sometimes you'll have the D-man in the middle.
Or some teams set up traps, set up 1-2-1.
It's just not as whereas in the NBA, the NFL, the NFL of course, and
the NBA is all plays.
Everything's all plays. Whereas hockey's just do whatever you can to get the puck in the net.
I would say, hockey is more like winning a hockey game comes down to like winning battles, and then honestly, like 80% of it is just shit going your way.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
That's like 90% of what it is, which is why like it's one of the more interesting sports is because literally anyone can beat anyone at any point. Like anyone could win a series in the NHL.
I'll take this perfect time. The Bruins blew out the Rangers 2 nights ago 4-0. The Bruins played the Rangers this afternoon, lost 4-0. Yeah. Nothing changed. Same goaltending. Everything. The game, it was just 4-0 today for New York instead of Boston. And New York's not that good of a team. So anything can happen on any time in hockey, whereas in basketball, and I mean, as we just talked about how the Pistons they're now losing by 4.
Yeah, but generally in like an NBA playoff series, like you know
exactly. I was gonna say,
the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that was soccer talk that broke into that.
Go Chelsea. If you're not a Chelsea fan, don't watch the podcast.
Wow.
I'd rather watch virtual soccer.
Yes, virtual soccer. The best sport out there. The best sport.
No, that's exhilarating.
It's the best sport? It's on YouTube. Marble races.
That's from Twitch,
Those are cool.
It's sick.
Twitch, yeah. You can it's part of the reason I've always considered streaming on Twitch because
Twitch for the marbles.
Just for the
the marble race.
I've been asked to do a marble stream so many times, and I'm just like, it's a Twitch thing. Like, you can all the people watching from your chat get entered into it's just linked to Twitch. So I'm sure I could find a way to set it up for YouTube, but
I won a free sub off that the one time.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a pretty small stream, but he was doing marble racing, so I hopped in and joined, and I ended up winning one of the races. Got a free sub.
Go.
It's pretty dope. And what kind of sub do you get, though?
Meatball.
Okay.
Literally, I'm not even joking. The first thing I thought was like a Subway sub, and then I was like, oh, he means like a gifted sub.
That's what I thought they were talking about when I played soccer. They kept saying sub. I'm like, oh, I want a sub. I thought they were talking about like actual subs.
Yeah.
I'm like, when do I get a sub?
Imagine missing a foul shot in the last 30 seconds. Jeez, tough. Pistons suck. But no, let's hop into Zach's picks. Or fuck!
You fucked it again, man. Again, you get it wrong.
You're fired.
Week.
I've already been fired once on this podcast.
Literally, you get it wrong every week.
Yeah, I do, because I suck.
Disappointment.
I am a disappointment. Thanks for reminding me.
Oof.
Third person to tell me that today.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. This is dark. Okay.
So let's hop into Zach's takes.
I'll go into my takes. All right, the first one. Ready? Newborn babies are not cute.
It depends on the one.
Okay, Zach, this is not the hill for you to die on, man.
They're so creepy looking. I don't mess with newborns.
I was talking about this yesterday. My one friend just had a kid, and his kid, it's a cute baby. But then we're talking about this other kid's baby, and it's pretty ugly.
Do I know the other kid?
You know both.
Well, I know Kev.
Oh, maybe there's another one I can think of too. That's probably not the greatest looking kid.
Well, I mean, I look at my nephew who was recently born, and I sent Zach a picture the day he was born. He's like, I didn't know this beforehand. I didn't send it to him to be a dick. I sent it to him like, hey, look, this is my new nephew. And he's like, babies are gross. Don't send me that shit. He's like, I've already deleted it out of our conversation.
That makes me sound like such a bad person.
But your take literally does.
No.
This kid.
I think a lot of people think that newborn babies aren't cute.
Nah, babies.
It just depends.
It depends.
There
on
are
the baby,
some ugly ones, but there's some really cute ones too.
Like I think babies are cute like when they're like 1 or 2, but like not like right away. They need
I think maybe when they right when they come out.
They look like
when they still got the cord attached.
When it's still attached a little bit. I know exactly what Ruth's talking about.
My question for you guys is, here's the thing. Why are you guys, both of you, committed relationships long term, neither of you have kids. Why are you guys seeing babies right when they come out then?
Well, I have a little brother, but who was born when I was like 8, so I remember when he was a baby and he was butt ugly.
I mean, let's be real, he's still butt ugly, but
like I also see like people post on Instagram too. They'll be like, "Oh, like I just had a baby," and they're like holding a baby, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Yes, and I'm the one that's making you sound like a dick.
Like I just I'm like, oh, they're not that cute. But then like a year later, they'll post their baby and like it'll be like walking or something. I'm like, oh,
and then it's cute, yeah.
Yeah, with little rain boots on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think as I'm looking at pictures on my Echo of my nephew when he was first born, babies are cute. Some, like Roy said, there are a lot that aren't, but I think the majority are cute.
Okay. All right, I'll go on to my next take. Going to the movies is better than going out anywhere. Like
100%.
Out for drinks, the bar, anything. Going to the movies is better.
Yes.
I like going to the bar and watching a football game.
That's good.
No, I hate watching sports at bars. I'd rather
Zach doesn't like watching sports with people in general.
Yeah, I don't like talking. Like, okay, if you know what's happening, I'm fine with it. But like, I don't like watching at like a bar and if you get a shit seat and you have to watch on like a screen that's like a mile away.
That's one of my
mad loud.
That is one of my biggest pet peeves with hooligans. The seating sucks in that place, and we go, and that's where everyone wants to go to watch games. And I'm like,
it doesn't really make sense with where the TVs are.
Right, and the seats suck too.
Like they'll have a TV right above you or something.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Or it's like the NBA playoffs and the only game, but they all like NHL runs at the same time, so they have all the NHL games on the big screen, and then there's one little TV, like booth TV, that's like 100 meters away. That's the NBA game, and you're peeking around the corner trying to see the score.
So I believe it was the same year. How long ago did the Raptors win? 3 years ago? 2? I don't remember if it was the same. Yeah, it was the same year where the Raptors won and the Bruins lost. Mm-hmm. We went to a sports bar with. You weren't there. Me, Jesse, and Dom went, and the Raps were playing Golden State in one of their games. It wasn't one of the elimination games, but the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals was running as well at the same time, and literally every TV in the bar except for one at game time had the Bruins Stanley Cup final game on it. I get it; it's a final game, and as a hockey fan, I loved it. But still, the Raps, Canada's team, are playing in the NBA Finals against one of the best teams in history. They should be showing it on more than one screen.
Every time I went out for the Raptors run, it was mostly Raptors. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that would piss me off. I also I just like watching it at home because it's like just me and the TV or me and my computer or something. I'm like, I can actually watch the game.
Yeah.
And like you can listen to the commentary. Like when I go to the bar, like it's fun, but like I also don't watch the game. Like it's just like it's so loud and shit too.
You know what actually sucks or sucked? The Raptors parade. Going there was awful. It was not fun at all.
Yeah,
I sat there.
I hate parades in general.
I stood there for like 7 hours just for the speeches to be to be interrupted by some guy shooting another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't you right near that too?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Everybody just started pushing people out of the way. Like thousands of people just cramped together.
Yeah.
Definitely a safety hazard, but it just sucked waiting there all day too.
Here's the thing. You think that's bad. And I mean, this is going to be one of the only seasons where it's a possibility. But imagine the Leaf Stanley Cup parade.
I mean, it's going to be the same. I don't think they can fit any more. They can't fit any more people on the streets.
They can't fit anymore. It was packed.
They literally couldn't. They couldn't drive. They had to they had to wait for people to get out of the way.
I feel like it's going to be crazier though. You're going to have people coming in all through Canada for that. And I guess they did for the Raptors. They did for the
Raptors too. Yeah, but you literally couldn't fit any more people on the streets.
Yeah, I remember watching some of the Jay and Dan footage. It was nuts. Like, yeah. I have no interest in going there. He hadn't
seen a championship in time, so I get it. But
yeah,
unless you count like the Argos winning, which I don't think anyone does.
or the FC.
Yeah, no one really cares about TFC here.
No, God no. No one cares.
I can't remember the last time they won.
Like 2-3 years ago.
I don't think so.
We were in university when they won.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Google does.
No.
When I type in TFC, it gives me other teams like LFC and stuff like that.
I don't know.
2018.
2018.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't even have to click enter, and it came up.
You're a god amongst men.
Yeah, I know how to Google search.
That's fair. That's fair. Zach, do you want to move on to your next one?
Right, I forgot we were doing that. Okay.
Yeah, that one it was the movies.
Yeah, from movies to freaking TFC.
Yeah. Okay. We're great with that though.
Pie is better than cake.
Yes.
Unless it's cheesecake. Yes. Unless it's cheesecake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake. I used to not like cheesecake, but I love it now too.
I love cheesecake.
So good. Cheesecake.
I love cheesecake. But there's some I only really like pumpkin pie. But I would
there's so many good pies. Apple crumble, chocolate pie.
I would take a pumpkin pie over almost any dessert. But a nice French buttercream icing, goated cake. I don't care about the cake if we're being honest. The icing is the best part of the cake.
I do not like the icing anymore. It's too much for me now.
Some icing I don't like. Yeah,
it's too much for me now. I had a piece of cake last week because it was my grandfather's birthday, and they sent us some. It was the first time I've had any cake in 6 months while I've been trying to lose weight, and I'm like, this was good. I don't understand how I liked it so much more before. I used to eat like 3 or 4 pieces, and I had one, and I'm like, this was a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the icing's so gross. If we're being honest, and like I've been very open while losing weight about how gross the food I used to eat was. I used to just eat icing. And
I
actually did that the other week. Not gonna lie.
That too.
Graham crackers and icing. I was having the other.
But
a week ago.
That's what Dunkaroos are. Just graham crackers and onion and icing. They're so good.
The Dunkaroos mix we made didn't have any actual icing in it. It was all yogurt and stuff. So
it was Cool Whip. It was like 4 tubs of Cool Whip or something.
Yes, it was Cool Whip, yogurt, and funfetti cake mix. That's what it was. But yes, I do agree that pie is better than cake, except for cheesecake.
I'll take like a hot apple crumble pie over like pretty much any dessert besides cheesecake. It's so good. Also, cupcakes are better than just regular cakes.
No.
Yeah.
They're the same thing in my opinion.
They are the same thing, but
different,
it's
though.
different. It's a cupcake. Yeah,
it hits different.
I don't like.
They're logistically the same thing, but it hits different. A cupcake hits different than a cake.
Well, I want to give my top 3 pies while we're here.
Okay.
Go.
So, strawberry rhubarb.
Okay.
Cherry.
Okay. I was gonna say cherry, but then Tanner cut me off before. But yeah,
I love cherry. And blueberry. I love fruit pies. They're my favorite.
Oh, I actually like fruit cakes too. Now that I think about it, but no, yeah. Fruit pies are goated. Chocolate pies are good though. If you've never had a chocolate pie,
I think I've had
basically
one,
just
one once.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But
And I've had Tanner's chocolate pie.
What?
What?
Roy, have you ever had Betty's in Chippewa?
Yes, I love Betty's. Betty's is great.
Their lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, I would always get that.
Lemon meringue is good too.
My brother dated a girl. My brother's so much older than us. My brother's so much older than me. But he ended up breaking up with his girlfriend. He moved in with us, and while he was living with us again, he started dating this girl that worked at Betty's. And end of every shift, their employees got to take the pies home, and they just divvy it up between whoever worked each night. So this girl she was coming over to see my brother. She'd always come knock on my door. Hey, I brought you a pie. Like,
that's lit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I love pie.
Yeah, pie's good.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was younger though, like if I had a pie for my birthday, I'd be pissed. But now it's like I'm like pie is so much better. I'd rather have a pie any day.
So my aunt
ice cream.
Ice cream. One of the most overrated combos in my opinion. Ice cream and cake. I don't like them together.
I feel like it was always ice cream and pie.
With pie, it's nice.
No,
put it on the pie, it like melts too.
Hot apple pie with ice cream on top.
Yes.
So good.
But my aunt always makes pumpkin pies, which is why I like them. And one year for my birthday, she's like, "Do you care if I just get you pies for your birthday?" I'm like, no. So she showed up with 3 pumpkin pies, and that was my birthday gift from her. And I'm like, "This is lit." Just wrap them, put them in the fridge.
Man, I brought a pie to my friends. It was like everybody brought something, and I brought pie. I love pie, and nobody ate it but me.
That's whack.
But I got to take home a whole pie, so that worked out.
Yeah, that works out. You know what I actually love too, since we're on the topic of desserts? Brownies.
I was gonna say that.
Like if someone has like a tray of brownies and they bring it somewhere to like a party or something.
The ones I would buy at school. My coworker.
Those were good. Those were like a little too much because they had like fucking M&Ms and like peanut butter and shit in them.
So one had
Reese's
peanut butter
and stuff, but they were so
peanut butter and Reese's. Yeah. The other had M&Ms, and then the third one had a 4 whole bars of the cookies and cream Hershey bars.
Yeah,
and it was cooked,
so much.
But it was some of the best brownies I've ever eaten.
Yeah,
they were so good. But
edge brownies too.
So much edge brownies over the middle.
Ooh, I do like the middle though, because it's like all mushy.
Yeah, I like the edge when it's.
To those of you who have made it this far, we actually talked about brownies last week on the podcast we didn't upload.
Did we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of your takes that 2-bite brownies were a scam.
Oh, yeah, they were a scam. That's a fact.
I guess those takes will never be seen.
No, I deleted them too, so
it's the forbidden podcast. I told Roy we'll release it when the podcast blows up in like 2 years. We'll put it on our Patreon. It's gonna be all old topics, but they're gonna get to see it.
Yeah.
We'll do it as our last video, our last podcast
when we retire.
Yeah, we're gonna retire one day, and
that means you have to keep the freaking footage, though.
That's fine. It's in a Google Docs right now. We're good.
Oh, but I gotta delete that to put this one up.
Okay, I'll download them tonight and keep them in a file called the Forbidden Podcast.
But my Google Docs is almost filled.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Zach, do you want to move on to your next take?
Yeah. I'll go on to my next one.
Okay. That one went long.
That one went long. Pie and cake. I love. We're all in agreement, but it still went so long.
Yeah.
All right. Owning a Lamborghini is kind of weird and pointless.
I 100% agree.
Like, if I was living in the city, what are you doing with a Lamborghini? Also, some of them are kind of ugly. Like, I feel like there's nicer supercars.
Yeah.
I'll let Roy go first. Yeah.
Well, as a kid, that was my dream car.
Yeah, of course.
But now it's just, I'm like, why would I want? Everybody that owns one says they're super uncomfortable.
Yeah, they look awful. Like, I see NBA players have them, and I'm like, I'm scared to get in one because they're so low. Like, I feel like that must be the worst.
It'd be cool to have one if you live somewhere like really nice with nice roads.
Yeah,
but here it'd be awful driving around.
Yeah, you can't even really like. Oh, it goes to this speed in this much time. Yeah, but you got to go 40. You got to go 60.
Yeah.
Like, here's my thing too. Like, I get LA's all nice, but I wouldn't even want one in LA.
Yeah, traffic.
Like, the bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah. I mean,
when some guy hits you too, your $200,000 Lamborghini,
and like,
so mad.
Think of the insurance cost on that.
Oh yeah,
I would much rather have a nicer SUV to like a Tesla Model X or like a Lincoln MKX than a Lamborghini. Sure, I would love to have a nice looking sports car one day, like a Lamborghini. I still probably wouldn't want to drive it around. And right now, my fat ass isn't fitting in any of those. So
I feel like I would just. I feel like most of the people get them and then they just park them like in their driveways and never drive them.
Let's be real.
Or they rent them.
You think David ever drives any of his?
I think he probably does.
I think he drives his Tesla everywhere.
Yeah,
but Tesla. That's fair. But I feel like he also probably does drive them a bit. Otherwise, he wouldn't just keep buying new ones. I don't know.
There's no shot NBA players fit in them either.
No.
You think LeBron fits in a fucking Lamborghini?
I mean, wasn't there like it was like Cardi B or someone has like 20 cars but like can't drive?
No,
it was Cardi. Oh, Cardi B. I just saw a thing about that yesterday, where she can't drive, but she has a bunch of cars.
Yeah,
Kylie has a bunch of cars too.
Because I feel like that's what they're for, the Lamborghinis and stuff. Like their demographic is like people who aren't gonna drive their cars.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's just a social status, just to have a Lamborghini or something.
It's like having a Gucci belt or something.
Here's my thing: if you guys worked at a restaurant and like you offered valet, or like the casino that offers valet, you get a Lamborghini, you watch them walk in, you take that around the block, right?
I would be so scared to drive it.
No, I probably wouldn't. I feel like it would. I feel like I would get in and try and drive it and be sketching out. One, I'd be scared.
Two,
I feel like I would hate it. I feel like because as soon as you hit the gas and you go like that, I'd be like, oh man.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd be like, how am I gonna park this thing? You're like trying to look out the back too.
Bally's been caught for like doing that type of stuff though. They go drive it, like take it for a long spin. Owner comes back, they're like, why'd you put on 50 kilometers on my car?
Yeah, that's a huge thing too. I feel like people who own Lamborghinis and Porsches and stuff, they are very very aware of how many kilometers are on their vehicle.
Yeah.
So like you said, that's a huge potential risk.
90% of them probably lease them too. Like they're probably not even like owned.
Well, I mean,
like, why would you buy? I don't know.
I want him on the show, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Cole the Man leased one. He claims he bought it.
Who?
Cole, he's a 2K YouTuber, has 700,000 subs. Cole the Man has, I believe, less channel views than Roy.
He's got a Facebook deal.
Yeah, so
he does.
He does. But he bought a Lambo and everyone was trashing on him, saying like, you didn't actually buy this, you leased it. And he never admitted to leasing it. But there's no way he could afford a Lambo.
I mean, you still have to pay a lot of money to lease a Lambo.
No, for sure. But then he quit.
Like same, like it's pretty much the same amount.
After about 3 years, coincidentally, he sells his Lambo and buys a Tesla. So everyone's like, just admit you leased it.
There's so many content creators that'll go out and, I mean, they get some expensive car or something, but it's such a waste of money.
I feel like half of them rent them for like the week, post like a bunch of videos with it, and then no one's ever gonna press them about their Lambo again. You know, like why would you need?
Yeah.
Like with the Hollywood, like the freaking paparazzi comes like, what happened to your Lambo? Like no one cares.
You just
like,
gotta take a bunch of pictures and a bunch of different outfits.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's what I would do.
What's his face? WS2 on
Rodashaw.
Yeah. He in his diss track at KSI, "Hey JJ, where's your Lamborghini?" was one of the lines.
Yeah, he was standing on it. That's why he was standing on his car.
Oh, I didn't know that was that was KSI's.
Yeah, no, it's his car.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He crashed.
I think he didn't. I think he didn't. I think Rodashaw lied. I think that was like, yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he lied.
So funny, man.
Yeah, he is. He's wild though.
Oh, crazy! Him pushing it. Him destroyed his TV when I think who did he?
He does it all, dude. He used to do that shit all the time. The amount of chairs he's broken and stuff like that, man. Oh my god. I've had people were like used to accuse him of like faking packs, and he's like, yeah, obviously the best packs are fake packs. He's like, you guys want banger videos or not?
Another topic that got away from us. Go on. Yeah. Okay, Zach, let's hop into your next take.
Okay. We just did the Lamborghini one. Okay, so Skittles are overrated.
Yeah.
Man, they're good, but they hurt your jaw. If you eat a lot, it hurts.
Especially if they're painful. Like a couple hours old. They get so hard so fast. It's like, man.
The worst is if you get like froyo or something, and you put them in there, and then they're just frozen.
Yes. So exactly. Yes.
We went and got CC Swirls, Emery and I, after working out yesterday, and they put Nerds on their frozen yogurt, and I'm like, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But apparently, like Nerds. Apparently, it tastes really good, like the combo, because they got. I got the same thing. I got New York cheesecake and cotton candy. I use the mix together button, so it comes out in a swirl mix. Such a good combination, but like I would never imagine adding Nerds to it.
Do they still do the Nerd boxes with the orange on one side and the purple on each side?
I think so. I think
they do.
That was those are OG.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Skittles suck. I hate Skittles.
I like them, but I don't like. Well, it's like this with me for any candy. I love them, but I eat too many, and my jaw just hurts so much.
I like Skittles. I just think they're a little bit overrated. Like, there's better candy, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're like better candy.
They're like a top tier vending machine candy. You know, like you go to the vending machine, you got the options. Like Skittles are there, you get the Skittles. But like, if I was at like a bulk barn or something, I wouldn't get Skittles.
No, God, no. If you go to the bulk barn and get Skittles, you're a psychopath.
You know what I actually just thought of now that I was talking about vending machines? You guys remember hickory sticks?
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
I love hickory sticks.
Hickory sticks were good. But they were like, I only ever saw them in like vending machines. I never saw them anywhere else.
You never see
them. True.
I remember a guy on my like men's league hockey team like a year ago or 2 years ago, I guess. He walked in the arena with hickory sticks. I was like, "Did you get those from the vending machine?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Those have definitely been in there for at least 2 years."
No, but now that we're here and speaking about these though, Ringolos, goated.
Ringos, yeah.
Yeah.
Stick them on your fingers too.
Yes.
Okay.
What's up? What?
Yeah.
As long as the door is closed.
Okay.
As long as the door is closed.
I got an actual NBA one now. Okay.
Let's get
Jokic will have a better career than Embiid.
Oh.
Interesting. I mean, the thing is, Embiid's probably going to be injured for
Exactly.
5 more years of his career.
Yeah, and Jokic is. I think Jokic should be in the lead for this MVP, but his team is playing bad, so I understand why Embiid's getting it, and LeBron are ahead of him. I think Jokic is going to be really good, but because he's got he doesn't talk really, and he's Embiid's kind of got the superstar face of the league attitude.
Yeah,
Jokic doesn't really. Jokic is just kind of chill.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty close right now too in terms of what they bring. But yeah, I could see Jokic being better just for the fact that Embiid is probably going to be injured a lot.
If Embiid could stay healthy and stay in shape too, not always out of breath and stuff like that, he could be one of the best centers ever. He's got the whole package. But he's never always healthy, and he's never always in shape.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. The current best center of all time is Shaq, right?
No,
you're wrong.
That's what you said last time too. Remember, you said this the other night, or
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell. There's a lot of.
You put Russell over Shaq? Yeah, I think we all had them higher on
Wilt. You could put Wilt above him too.
I learned my basketball timeline yesterday, Zach.
You could say Hakeem is better than Shaq too, because Hakeem dusted him in the finals. I put Shaq over him, but why? What's your basketball timeline?
Oh no, I just didn't know the timeline and when people played together, so I was completely misunderstood. I thought, who did I think played together?
We thought Bill Russell played in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
No, 60s.
Yeah, 60s was.
And I thought someone else played together too, but I don't remember who. I didn't think Larry Bird and Jordan played together either. I thought they were different eras.
No,
it was more at the end of.
Yeah, it was overlapping.
Overlapping on the.
So I learned all that yesterday.
I mean, Larry Bird's era, his prime was so short too.
Yeah.
Same with Magic's. They were both short for different reasons. Larry Bird was injured. He had serious back problems, and then
Magic caught a disease.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's my take. Jokic will have a better career than Embiid, unless Embiid stays fully healthy for the rest of his career and proves me wrong.
That's not going to happen. Guy his size, his athleticism.
Jokic is tall and fat, so I'm surprised he hasn't been hurt.
They don't play the same style of game, do they?
No,
exactly.
Jokic plays so slow.
Yeah,
he's so patient with.
Yeah, I have him. I had to score 50 points with him the other day for an objective, and it was so slow.
Yeah,
I had to get I had to get 20 dunks with him, and it was so slow running to dunk with him because his character is so slow in the game.
Jokic literally just grabs the ball in the post and either throws a ridiculous pass or does a tomahawk spin around shot.
Man, his
drills it.
Fades are ridiculous. They look so bad, but they're
he shoots with his arms straight. It's all
I don't know how he hits though. Man, I wish DeMarcus Cousins didn't get injured because he was really good as well.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins was the best center in the league before he got injured.
Yeah,
and him and AD were tearing it up.
Oh yeah, that was a sick duo.
Yeah, fun.
Roy, who got? We talked about this the other day. Who just signed with the Nets?
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
No, another guy. And I told you someone broke it on Twitter. Some NFL player. Not Andre Drummond.
Was it DeMarcus Cousins?
No, I don't remember who it was. Ryan and I talked about this a couple days ago.
No, I think you thought Andre Drummond.
No, it was someone else. But whatever.
Someone else got signed by the Nets?
I don't remember. Now, I thought you might. I have bad brain. So we will move on to Zach's next take.
Okay. The NBA should add incentives to the All-Star game to make it more entertaining.
I agree. But isn't there already the charity incentive?
Yeah, but I'm saying for the players, for example, I'm not saying that the NBA should do this, but it would be kind of interesting. In the MLB, I'm pretty sure the winner, the conference who wins the All-Star game, gets home advantage in the finals. That would be kind of cool. Like players would actually start trying.
Yes,
home court advantage would be kind of interesting.
I agree, but I also disagree with that. I think that takes away from first place, like the best team in the league getting home court advantage.
I mean, no one really cares about winning the league anyways. Look at unless they're chasing a record like the Warriors were and the Bucks were last season because they were kind of in the hunt. Like no one cares about winning the overall league.
I mean, it still matters for the record.
Yeah. But no one's really chasing it for that anyways, you know? Like the Lakers don't care about it, the Clippers don't care about it. Like usually, like the Rockets were winning it
after the season.
Exactly.
Anyways.
The Rockets were winning first overall like for like seasons and still getting knocked out in like the second round every year. So like it ultimately doesn't have an effect anyways because we know who's going to make the finals.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I think there should be more incentives. I think there should be like an incentive for rather than for
like a monetary incentive.
Yeah, for like the MVP and for the winner of each skills competition.
Yeah, but they don't need $100,000 $1 million. I mean, I'm sure they take it, but LeBron doesn't need $100,000. He's still not going to try.
Yeah,
I mean, the All-Star game would have been better if Durant knew how to draft a team. LeBron's the only guy that knows how to draft teams, though. Like he actually picks like the best players and makes a good team. Giannis and Durant.
Team LeBron was disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel like because LeBron doesn't care about picking like his friends or anything. But like KD and Giannis, like they're trying to pick people that they like.
Yeah, because KD picked his
teammates. Yeah.
And then Giannis did that too. Like he had Chris Middleton first. Well, it was for the reserves, but
LeBron's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
LeBron's like, Kyrie, even if you're on my team, you're still getting picked last. Kyrie's actually sick though.
Yeah, because it was Giannis, then Kyrie, then LeBron got Steph.
Yeah.
Steph and Dame Lillard.
Ooh. Yeah, just cashing at half-court shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I mean. Like, no one's guarding them. They're just walking up from half, shooting blank shot, like open shots that they shoot in practice all the time for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
So I was watching yesterday's Pat McAfee show today as I was playing some 2K, and they were talking about how deep an NBA 3 actually is. Because they have a full-size NBA court in their facility where they film their podcasts in their office spaces. And they say when people come and they have guests, back when they could have guests in person, people will always be confident that they can cash an NBA 3. But they don't realize how deep it actually is.
So far, yeah.
Most of the time, people airball it on their first attempt because they undershoot it.
Yeah.
So
people think it's like their YMCA court. Like it's
because that's just the high school 3. All the courts you play on are like parks and stuff. It's a high school 3.
What I learned from this though was that to train for this, and I mean his dad played in the NBA, and you can see it now. But Steph used to always put up half-court shots to get used to shooting NBA 3s. And that's how he trained on shooting NBA 3s. And that's how he's so good at shooting, because he learned by shooting half-court shots to get better.
His dad was also a three-point shooter, so that helped a little bit.
No, for sure.
He also got to play with NBA players before games, and
right.
And he also spent hours, he said, crying in his driveway shooting threes, shooting. And you also don't just start shooting threes. You move away from the basket as you get better, right?
Well, and so Pat's like, I'm going to just have my son sitting there bitching that I'm making him put up threes, but he's going to put up threes until he can hit an NBA 3 and then go play in the goddamn NBA.
Nah, that's not how it works. I mean, most NBA players, you watch them shoot and warm up, they're hitting like threes like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's different when you got a hand in your face and you're getting rushed. It's different, yeah.
And somehow Steph can do it like it's nothing.
Yeah, like you're watching clips of like Andre Drummond shooting mid-range shots like they're nothing. You watch clips of Shaq hitting threes.
Yeah.
Like it's different.
Yeah. Okay, next take.
This is my last one.
Ooh.
Streaming sites releasing shows weekly is better than all at once.
Nope. I know you like this, but I friggin' hate it. I'd rather binge it than wait each week.
I actually kind of like it now, like watching shows weekly.
Yeah, because
I binge shows, but it's such a waste of my time. It's nice just you got your thing. It's like Thursday night or whatever.
This motherfucker is the same guy that 5 months ago refused to watch The Mandalorian until the whole show was out.
All right, and then I started doing it weekly, and I like it. It gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah, because it's also like you can watch other shows while you're like binging a show is like so much effort, and so like it's like you can't watch other shows while you do it. Also, it's like it's easier to watch show if they release it weekly. Like I can watch another show and then I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. I'll watch this one episode and then I
just back always forget what happened last week.
Yeah, but they'll just do a recap and you're set.
Every show on streaming services now has the recap,
except for the newest episode of The Flash. The first episode of the season, they didn't do a recap. Who does that?
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah.
I was waiting for it because I completely forgot.
I used to watch The Flash until the Savitar season.
Yeah, the first ones were really good.
Yeah, the first couple seasons are good.
I think the first two. Mm-hmm. The first few seasons of Arrow were lit.
The first couple seasons of Arrow were really good.
Yeah. Roy, have you watched Titans?
Yes.
Titans is sick.
I was gonna say Zach's really big on Titans. If you haven't watched that yet, I'd recommend.
Yeah, I've watched it. I've watched most of the superhero TV shows.
I'm not huge on fighting, like big fight scenes and stuff like that. But the Titans fight scenes are sick.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
That's fair.
Anyways, those are my picks.
You said it this time.
Oh, my take.
We're gonna cut that out. No, we're not. I edit this shit. I control the final edit.
Well, it looks like Tanner's rehired now.
Hey!
But don't be too happy
until he does it again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be next
week.
Do
something else. He's gonna do something else. That's dumb.
Ooh, I just got a great text. It says, "Hello, horny. Come, Eva2 Let's Play.me 0078."
What?
Make sure you click the link.
Yes.
Yeah. Put your social in too.
Of course. I'll give them all my info. Yeah. Anything they ask for, I'll give them.
Right. No, I know Zach just did his. Wait, before we get into this, I have a point to talk about for entertainment / media because we cover YouTube and entertainment as well. Although I do not like the man, although I think some of his antics are ridiculous, J Station recently doxed Keemstar.
And doxed him?
He released Keemstar's full address, phone number, and everything. Keemstar didn't care. He said all of this is already public information that I have available wherever you want to look, but people don't go out actively looking for it. But this guy, J Station, actually tweeted out all the information for Keemstar, and then I believe he deleted it. But Keemstar has the tweet on his page, and J Station posted a video today in which I thought was gonna be like the title of the video. I didn't even know
he was still on YouTube.
No, he posted it on Twitter, and it was my last words to everyone. So my first thought was, is this like a suicide video? Like, what the fuck? But I don't think it is from the looks of it.
I mean, it's J Station. He's just doing it for the clicks.
And
he posts a Ouija board video contacting himself or something like that.
Oh my god!
That would be
hilarious. He's the worst, man. Honestly, I don't really know that much about him, but from what I've heard, he's the worst.
Did he do Kobe after Kobe died?
I don't know. All I know is
he does everybody after they die.
I remember he did X.
I'm pretty sure he did Kobe. Maybe he didn't. I think he might have
I just know
learned
he
by
does the
then.
Ouija board stuff, but that's all I know about him.
Oh, see, Zach wouldn't do the video with me.
It was my video idea. I just didn't want to do it.
He wouldn't do it with me. What were we gonna? We were gonna do Ouija
contacting
board
J Station's career
dead channel,
like that.
And Zach wouldn't do it with me.
I don't mess with Ouija boards.
Oh, I used to have one. Marissa made me get rid of it though.
But yeah, he literally doxed Keemstar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And, I don't like. Oh, and I'm trying to find the tweet on Keemstar's page, and Keemstar has literally the video idea we were just talking about. He's doing it right now on a Twitter video.
Who, Keemstar?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah. Also, J Station's channel doesn't exist anymore.
I figured it got deleted. Or something like
that. Because Keemstar's looking at it right now, and it says this channel does not exist.
I mean, he made his bag.
Oh, kid made gross money.
J Station? Did he get a lot of views?
Yeah. Those Ouija videos would get millions of views.
Really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like his actual like the people that would watch it loved it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. He literally doxed this at 1:52 a.m. So Keemstar wouldn't have even been awake. He might have been, but
he's a gamer. He definitely was.
This man literally tweeted his full address out.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's tough.
I wonder if he removed it. J Station. He has little to no followers on Twitter. And Keemstar's still calling him out. And he just responded with, "I'm not in the game anymore, dude. Why are you talking to me?"
Because he talks to him.
Oh.
Is there
YouTube removed his channel and he's trying to sue them.
Oh my god.
True.
Good luck.
Roy, I never heard anything else pick up on your mic before.
You hear that?
They pick up so often now.
Jeez. Could you hear
I can't hear anything.
I've heard it every time. I've heard it about 7 or 8 times.
Jeez.
What is it, like text or something?
No. It was his girlfriend's birthday Wednesday, so she has a couple friends, enough to fulfill the requirement of the law.
I see. I can't hear anything.
But yeah, Roy's mic. I was literally sitting right beside Roy, and it wasn't picking up my voice. And they are pretty far downstairs.
Yeah, and I got all the doors closed, and the sound doesn't travel great in my house. No. Like when I try calling upstairs or something, Marissa cannot hear me, and I'll be screaming. But man, nothing louder than girls who've had a few drinks.
Nothing at all.
They are ridiculously loud when they get going.
Yeah,
they're just having a good time.
Exactly. No, I wanted to talk about that. Roy, do you have any topics? What about your fact?
F1 started today.
No, who cares about F1? Where's your
training?
Your fun fact.
Oh, my fun fact? You want another fun fact?
Yeah, you said you were going to do one each week.
Okay, well, the reason that Shaq couldn't shoot was because he...
You did this one already!
No, I didn't do it on the podcast. Did I? Did I do it on the podcast?
Actually, it might have been last week, so we didn't
It might have been last week.
So you're good. Go ahead.
How many have I done?
3. Including last week.
I remember saying this yesterday when we were talking.
Yeah, you said it to me yesterday, and I was not in a good condition to hear it. It was tripping me out.
Shaq can't shoot because he broke both his arms as a kid, trying to climb a tree or something. I think it was. That's the reason.
All right.
Here's a fact of the week.
Zach, you have topics.
Yeah, I have some entertainment and topics and stuff like that. I'll start with the first one. Disney Plus is planning to release 100 new titles per year.
Wow, that's ambitious.
That is a lot of original content.
See,
I'm sure Netflix does double that, triple that, but that's a lot of.
See, and Disney is a profitable company. right now, I don't believe Netflix is making a profit.
Yeah, I mean, that's just because they take loans out for new content.
Here's my thing. Disney can create content, and one example I want to use for this is Everything Sucks from Netflix. Zach and I both really like this show. It had a lot of fanfare. Netflix canceled it because it didn't do really well with critics.
No, it didn't have a lot of viewers.
And it didn't have a lot of specific viewers. But they couldn't. It wasn't a show they could afford to keep on. And it still had a ton of fanfare. Like, it got trending on Twitter to bring the show back and everything. Usually, stuff like that, another company will pick it up or something happens. Unfortunately, they didn't because I really like that show. But Disney Plus is somewhere where maybe the show doesn't do too great, but it still has a huge following. Disney has the money to potentially keep it going for another season. Whereas I don't think Netflix has that same ability. So I think that these shows...
they do. I think the way their numbers work, Netflix, they just think because shows' budgets get exponentially bigger in second seasons as seasons go on. They're thinking if this show doesn't have a huge following, it's not worth doing a second season. I don't think it has anything to do with their profits. Because if Netflix just decided not to take any loans out for a year, they'd make their money back and triple, probably.
No, that's fair. My thing is, I also think they're going to... I don't want to say they're going to oversaturate the market. That's not the right term I'm looking for. But they're going to be over-ambitious, I think. Because I don't think... Currently, if you look at the originals, the biggest originals, you have The Mandalorian, WandaVision, and soon to be Winter Soldier. That's coming out. That's going to be huge. And High School Musical, the musical. The series. Those are the biggest shows currently, and I think that those are doing so well. Not every show they're going to release at 100 shows a year is going to be a hit.
No.
So I feel like
a lot of those are probably going to be movies too. So
yeah,
their movies usually do pretty good. I mean, they also have a younger audience on Disney Plus, so a lot of people are going to be like a lot of kids are probably just watching like their Mickey Mouse Clubhouse stuff like on that.
Yeah, and they got their whole day to waste watching stuff.
Yeah, like if I was a parent, I had Disney Plus, I'd just throw on the whole Disney princess catalog for a day and just be like, go waste away downstairs.
I'd throw on Ryan's Toys review.
Get that guy a couple more.
Yo, get Ryan on our podcast.
He's like 6. Actually,
he's kind of growing out of it now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like 10 now.
Oh, jeez.
So it doesn't work as well.
Roy's been watching his reviews for a couple of years now.
Yeah, he's just not into the toys as much anymore.
Yeah, he used to be all into monster trucks and stuff, and now he's moving on to bigger and better things. Like, it's just not the same.
Let's be real. How much of a cut do you think his parents took?
Well, I mean, they have all of it.
They have all of it, yeah.
The kid can't get anything.
How much do you think he's gonna actually get of his own money?
I'm sure they'll give him money.
I don't think he'll see it all. That's for sure.
I mean, unless they're just complete assholes.
I'm sure they've used a good amount of it to like invest in like houses, like better houses, and like houses.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll get a good. How do you burn through $600 million a year?
I'm not saying they don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're not going to give it all to him.
His parents were also rich before. Like his mom's a doctor, and his dad's. I'm pretty sure they're both doctors because they're on something, and they explained what they did before.
Well, I know another thing is there's a huge theory that the D'Amelio parents are just doing this for the money, for their kids' money, and I look at that. Yeah, right. People think Charlie's dead right now because some random YouTuber said she was dead, and that they're just deep faking her on TikTok.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
Where do you find this shit, Tanner?
Keemstar right now. I'm looking at it on Keemstar's Twitter right now.
I mean, Keemstar is the most reliable source for news.
Well, no, it's clear.
If you're gonna cite any journalist, it better be Daniel Keem.
The tweet is literally, Charlie D'Amelio family is using CGI deepfakes to trick people into thinking Charlie is still alive, so they can keep making money. Anyone with half a brain knows she died on March 11th because a random YouTube video said so. Daniel Keem.
Facts.
Jesus. That is facts. Yeah, I guess. If Keem said it, then
right,
it's gotta be.
Keemstar still do his podcast?
Mom's Basement with Banks and
Colossal.
I don't
Mom's
think it's
Basement. Oh, they just did. Wait, what? Oh, season 2 coming March 24th on Spotify.
Yeah, I don't think they do it often. I think it's very spaced out.
They were doing them like every week for a bit. If you look at their Spotify, they're doing it pretty consistently.
They probably do seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably do.
They probably got a pretty big deal from Spotify.
I mean, Spotify's handing everyone all the celebs deals now. It doesn't. Obama's got one now. He probably caught a
who's
bag.
this with?
Bruce Springsteen.
Like Bruce Springsteen. They caught a bag.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Such an odd combo too.
I want to watch it to see what it's like.
Man, Obama's voice is just incredible. Him and Morgan Freeman should just narrate a whole movie together. None of none of the actual actors speak.
It's just them talking.
Just them talking.
Just banter.
Yeah, everything's narrated by Morgan Freeman and Barack Obama.
All right.
What else you got, Zach?
Staying on streaming sites, NBC, their Peacock lost $914 million in its first year.
Isn't this its first year?
Yeah. It's been out in the U.S. for a year.
Okay. Well, Peacock just paid something ridiculous to buy the WWE network. Yo!
What'd it do? A lot of money, though.
Okay.
I think they reported
talk about this. I'll be right back.
They expected to lose that much money. But that's still an insane amount of money to lose in your first year as a freaking...
So what is it? I never heard of it before.
So it's NBC. Yeah, it's NBC streaming site. So like all their content, and then I think it's like so it's got all their like they've got like a bunch of sitcoms and stuff, right? So they've got like The Office and stuff, I think. And then what their thing is it's free with ads, and then you can pay to have it without ads as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I think what Tanner was going to say is they just spent like $1 billion or something like that to get the WWE.
Yeah, which is huge.
Which I don't think was factored into that $914 million loss.
Because I mean, I think the WWE Network last.
Can I be on the podcast one day? I think it'd be really good for your channel.
I'm muted right now.
Their last year total subscribers was something like 2 million.
Doing a podcast.
So
we can
with
hear
2 million at $9.99, there's a huge increase. The subscriber base alone is going to go up.
I mean, yeah, I think that NBC knew, like they projected that they were going to lose around that much money.
Yeah.
But it's still a big sum of money to lose in your first year as a streaming site.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of streaming sites go under. Obviously, this is NBC, so they have the backing to do it with or without like investors.
Yeah.
Because they're NBC. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I feel like if NBC does take off and they control a lot of the big sitcoms, that's gonna be a big hit to like people like.
Oh, that's dope! Chocolate covered strawberry with.
Too bad he played against plumbers.
Exactly.
Hey! At least he's not like the bum James who needs Mickey Mouse to hand him a trophy.
Facts.
Fucking bum.
And the most clutch player on his team is Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I forgot to write it down. Another thing I want to talk about. Did you guys see the guy he played? Oh, I don't remember. Wendy's tweeted it. Who he plays for. His number is 44 because his favorite meal from Wendy's is the 4-for-4 combo. He plays for Utah State. And he wears 44 because his favorite jersey number, because his favorite combo from Wendy's is the 4-for-4.
That's brutal. That's actually jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be number 8 when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And someone on my hockey team wanted number 8, like one of the new players. So I sold it to him for a milkshake. And then I became number 88.
Oh, man. High school football.
Best decision I ever made.
High school football, grade 10. So you got your jerseys based on when you paid. So if you paid first, it was like $165 to play high school football. If you paid first, you got first choice of your jersey. So me and this new kid were talking in tech class about what jersey number we wanted, and I'm like, I want 44. It's one of my favorite numbers, and
awful number.
And I'm gonna take that. And he's like, actually, that's dope. I like that. Good number. He paid and then took. He got a line. One person in front of me paid, took my number. I got stuck with 49.
Oh, 49. Yeah, that's an awful number.
Awful number, but it's now one of my favorites because it was my number for 3 years.
49 is a terrible number,
right?
I love how they're all just numbers, but like we all have like this idea that one number is
right.
I was number 81.
Kelvin Johnson Jr.
81's a good number. I was number 8, and then I just added an 8 on.
Well, that's my thing with 4. D linemen are never going to get 4.
Yeah.
So I wanted 44 because it's 4 twice.
Well, I just really wanted that milkshake, so fucking went for it.
Lactose intolerant, may I add?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's worth it though. I'm not
one of my favorite videos on. One of my favorite videos I have saved on Snapchat is Zach eating a 5-cheese double cheese pizza from Pizza, and I have O Fortuna playing in the background as he slowly lowers it into his mouth to eat it.
It was so good, but I felt so bad.
Nah. Okay, Zach, what else you got?
Kevin Feige says it isn't necessary to watch WandaVision before Doctor Strange 2 or any Marvel movies.
So for that, I feel as though White Vision isn't going to be a big deal.
Just White Vision. I was like, I thought you were calling WandaVision White Vision by accident.
No. No, I feel like though. I mean, they could basically play it off with Vision comes back, just make him red. And they say like, it's the same Vision because he has all the memories and everything. So
he could be like, I changed.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't think they're gonna make any of the TV shows necessary to watch for the movies because then you're saying you have to get a subscription to Disney Plus to.
Yeah, and they didn't do that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was their first big show that brought Coulson back into the world. Which
they didn't do it with any of the Netflix shows either, obviously.
No. I mean, yet.
Well, but I mean, if they do it now, you're not going to have to watch the old.
Yeah.
I feel like all the people that really care about the story too are gonna watch the TV shows.
Yeah.
Whereas for like the regular person watching it,
they don't care.
Doesn't matter at all what happens in the TV shows.
Yeah, so no, that's fair. I like the better comment from the showrunner of WandaVision, who said Evan Peters' appearance as Pietro Maximoff, he did not think it was going to lead to fan theories of the X-Men joining that universe. Like, what? You bring back a character from the other universe.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you don't think that?
And he plays like the exact same character he plays in that universe too. It's not like
Ralph Boner.
Yeah. He's like, what? Come on.
Right?
I could. Why would you even think that?
He's so dumb. No, hop
in
on.
other news, AMC World's largest movie theater franchise lost $4.6 billion in 2020.
So I wonder if that has anything to do with the whole stock market thing too.
I think it has to do with COVID.
Well, that too.
Well, that was this. Isn't that this year?
Oh, I guess that would count for 2021. I guess, yeah.
Was it the beginning of January?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't happening before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the whole February storyline of our world, of our simulation.
Just GameStop and AMC now.
Yeah.
Everybody's forgotten about that. Oh, I gotta check up on the subreddits to see what's going on there now. See if Doge is still a thing too.
Wall Street. I mean, the Mavs bought $1.5 billion worth of Doge.
I think it's because they made it available to purchase tickets or something with Doge going.
That's so dumb, man.
Yeah. I think they're also trying to get into NFTs as well.
Oh, they are. Mark Cuban's
Cuban is.
Off NFTs. We were looking at this the other day. Keemstar sold an NFT for something like 35,000.
Yeah, and speaking of NFTs, the world's largest sale for an NFT,
$63 million. Right?
Yeah, I believe it was 69.
NFTs is just another thing where you have to be rich to make any real money on now. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The guy's art that sold for that much was actually really good though. He made a piece of art for over 5,000 days.
Yeah, it's
every
like,
day. And
I really think NFTs are cool for artists because artists getting paid is a big deal. It's so hard.
Artists are some of the most underappreciated people in our world.
Yeah.
Hands down. People who create
cost like $1 to get a YouTube thumbnail made.
Yeah.
Or like a pretty solid one too.
But NFTs are weird. They're like Top Shot. They're weird. But
need a new Top Shot pack.
We do need a new Top Shot pack. So I can get in on the game. No, Zach, keep going. What else you got?
Avatar is getting a surprise re-release in China, making it likely to pass Avengers Endgame again.
I saw that.
I didn't want. I wanted to talk about it so badly while we were working out, but I knew it was one of Zach's takes. Because I text Zach this morning saying, "Hey, did you hear Avatar is getting re-released?" And he's like, "It's one of my topics for today." And I'm like, "Okay, we won't talk about it then." Here's the thing:
Avatar is the greatest movie ever released.
No.
Pocahontas.
Is exactly what you're gonna say.
Blue Pocahontas, but Endgame got re-released, so people who are getting mad can't Endgame got a re-release.
Avatar, yeah.
Just wait till Avatar 2 comes out.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be huge. But...
Well, I think the reason they're re-releasing it is because the movie came out like 10 years ago. No one remembers anything about it, and they're releasing 4 movies. Or 3 movies on it. I think they were planning a re-release anyways. I think it's a little obvious that they're trying to pass Endgame again, but yeah.
Are they only re-releasing it in China?
Yes, I think so.
It'd be interesting to see if Endgame re-releases. If Disney's like, hey.
Again? I think, yeah.
Here's the thing. I say in 5 to 10 years, Endgame could get a 10-year anniversary re-release.
Well, movies do that a lot. A lot of big movies will re-release on their anniversaries and stuff like that.
Do you think that should count towards the same movie revenue, or do you think it should be considered its
the same movie?
Thing?
It's the same.
Yeah,
unless they add extra scenes, then no. Then it should.
I think it should be.
Different?
I mean, they should put a little
asterisk beside it.
Yeah, and say it. Have the original.
I think only if it has a big difference. Yeah, I think only if it has a big difference. Avatar passing Endgame now should be okay with a re-release or something like that. Even though Endgame got re-released.
Yeah, because for most movies it doesn't matter. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, Avatar 2, 3 are going to be
4 and 5.
Is there that many coming out?
Yeah, they've pre-recorded 4, I believe.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't remember anything about the movies, man, besides the fact that
it's Blue Pocahontas.
Yeah, and I remember one guy being in a wheelchair or something, and then he goes into the world.
Yeah, and now he's an avatar now.
Yeah.
They tried to take their world, and they had a big fight,
Yes,
and then
yes.
the avatars won, and then
So
he became an avatar.
They've already made.
perfectly.
They've already made 2 and 3. 4 and 5 haven't been made yet, and they're gonna be made based on how much 2 and 3 make. But here's my thing: it's been 10 years since the first Avatar release. It's been 12 years since the first Avatar release. Are we gonna wait another 12 years after 2 and 3 come out?
I hope not. They should be back on a better schedule after.
No, because they recorded them all. They filmed them all at once, right? So I don't know.
Well, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 aren't done.
Are they gonna do 4 and 5? Maybe if 2 and 3 do shit, they won't do 4 and 5.
That's what I just said. Yeah, if they don't do well.
Didn't they have a big problem filming too? Like a bunch of the stuff they wanted to do, they had problems with.
And James Cameron went and filmed that one where he was underwater for like 40 days.
That's why they took so long, and that's why the first one, like the first Avatar, he had been making since Titanic. Yeah. That's why Avatar was such a big deal when it came out, not because the movie was like a good story or anything, which it kind of is. I mean, like it's not bad, but it's because of like its technical ability and what it was revolutionary in what he could do. But
I think the new film fits on the timeline of real life too. It's like 12 years in the future.
Oh, true. That's pretty cool.
And the people come back to try to take the island again. So it's going to be the same as the first one.
Y'all think you can name the
exact same movie? Yeah.
You guys think? Can you name the main character?
I think I can.
I know what they're called. I don't know what the main character's name is. I know they're called the Navi.
The guy's name is Sully. Something
Jake
Sully. Jake Sully.
Sully.
I knew it was something with a J. I was thinking James Sully, but it's Jake Sully. Well, I watched the movie not too long ago.
My guess for his name, but yeah.
Disney owns it now, right?
Maybe.
No, yes, it's Fox.
It's Fox, yeah.
Yeah, because they have all the.
They have Avatar World. It replaced Animal Kingdom.
Roy loves this movie.
The ride is so good, man. No, the Avatar ride is the greatest ride you'll ever go on in your life. It's so good. You're like they fly on those big bird things.
Yeah.
And you fly on it, and it breathes on you and it like touches your leg and stuff, so it feels like you're actually on it.
When we inevitably take our Cold Takes Disney trip, we'll go.
I'll be splitting up from you guys though. I have very specific things when I go to amusement park. I got my whole day scheduled, and having a big group does not work with that. I need to hit as many things as fast as possible.
No, you can't.
And I cannot be slowed down.
He gets the fast passes too.
I mean, I'd buy the fast pass for Disney. If we were going at a prime time, I'd buy the fast pass.
It's $5.
Yeah, it's not
really. Isn't it like $60 at Canada's Wonderland or something like that?
Yeah, it's completely different at Disney though, because the fast pass lets you book rides. You got to book it 6 months ahead of time though for Avatar, and it sells out in about 10 minutes. Like all the rides will be booked for 6 months in advance to go on this ride. If you don't get it, then you got to wait in line for 3 hours, and it's still worth it.
That's why you got to go in a non-prime time. Like Disney's always busy, but there's those times.
It's always busy. Yeah.
There's those times. Like people, it's crazy because people don't want to go to Disney in the summer because of how hot Florida gets.
Yeah.
So Disney's usually the busiest when we're in winter because everyone from Canada goes to. It's crazy. I went to Disney once and we didn't even know our neighbors were going, and I randomly got tackled by my neighbor one day while we were in Disney. I'm like, who the fuck's tackling me? That was one of my neighbors.
You start swinging.
Yeah, it was crazy. Any more, Zach?
I've got 3 more. Okay, first.
Okay, guys, we're actually going to wrap up as I believe we're at like 2 hours and like 20 minutes, something around there. But we're going to wrap up. We'll keep Zach's next 3 topics for next week, and we'll see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out Smeagol's channel. Always dropping banger videos. He's working on a big one right now. I hope you guys go and watch it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. See ya. Toodaloo.